Welcome to Landry-Hank on YouTube. Here to help you break through those fears, live an awesome life. I'm laughing at myself because it's like it's like walking into a room where everybody's insane and then you're just like you're like, why am I here? And then you find yourself actually paying attention to the insanity and maybe sometimes getting caught up in a conversation with, the insanity. I know you feel the same way. You find yourself involved in these situations and you're looking back later on going, why do we have those conversations? This is crazy. This planet's insane. It's insane. When you look at what people do, like even the governments and people just trying to get stuff and for what? It's crazy. It's the ego so out of control. It's about the me. It's about what can I get, and here's me, and I want to be like that, and if I'm not like that, I feel bad about myself. So I have a special video today. This is a response to a viewer request. How do we break away from social media? This all goes in with the craziness. So I don't know if you're asking for yourself or everybody. If it's for everybody, then the response to that is there's only one person you need to worry about, and that is yourself. And you really don't even worry about that. Just work on yourself. We don't need to concern ourselves with what other people are doing. That's their choice. Let them do it. If they want to go down in the third dimension, let them. I'm not concerned about it. I'm really not concerned. I'm doing my job, and everybody has free will and choice to change their lives. And if they want to hang on to density, God bless them. Come back 500 more times if you want to go through this. How do you control social media, getting caught up in it? Is there somebody strapping you to a chair and making you push the Facebook button and take pictures of your food? Or you doing selfies? What's that anyways? It's not a good look. Yes, I'm having fun with you. Not you, the individual subscriber. You, my audience, and myself. We get so caught up in who we are to the rest of the world, trying to prove how great we are, trying to get the most stuff, trying to fill that huge black void called the ego. And that is what social media is. It is 100% ego driven. Right? Isn't it? I have been forced to open up a Facebook page, and I actually made a bet with somebody about 10 years ago that I would never do that. That would never happen. And I had to because I have a business, and that is a way of communication. Can it be used for good? Yes, it can be used for good. And I use my Facebook page to encourage people to share positive things, and in that way, social media can be very good. So, is it still ego-driven? Yes, it's still ego-driven. It's us having to know what each other's doing, having to encourage each other, because the ego needs that. See, if your ego wasn't still in check, you would never watch these videos. You wouldn't have to. You'd be so self-contained, so independently happy, that you would never have to hear this. So somewhere it's still in check, and probably will be till the day you die. So you're using this. This is social media right now. YouTube, the biggest one, right? Next to, no, I think it's beat Facebook. So it can be used for good. So let's not just say social media in general is a bad thing, but 100% of it is ego-driven. It's us having insecurities, needing to communicate with other people, it can be, again, a very positive, good thing to help other people deal with that, to help people feel good about themselves. But the bottom line is only you can make yourself feel good. Only you can feel 100% whole. You're whole and perfect, right? My mantra, whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving. I know you're a loving being. You're harmonious. You are. It's the ego that makes you think you are. And happy. You are happy. When you want to strip away all the stuff and the ego talking and telling you anything other than life is beautiful, happy, 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 then it's not serving a good purpose. Social media is the same way. Social media is generally being used to sometimes make us feel bad about ourselves. Maybe not intentionally, but it's, I'm better, I'm prettier, look at me. If you see my videos, by the way, I'm not tooting my horn here, but if you see my videos, you know what, my friends are probably like just flabbergasted that I get on here sweaty without makeup half the time. My hair isn't done. My roots are coming in. Yeah, I have gray hair coming in. I like it blonde, so I highlight it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the things in life. There's nothing wrong with putting on makeup, helping other women put on makeup, showing them that on YouTube or whatever. It's fun. It's part of being a woman. It makes you feel good. It's how you're using this that's so important. Is it being used to create positive feelings and guide other people? You know, let's say there's some gal out there, she's not feeling good about herself, and she gets on a YouTube channel and some pretty girl says, hey, listen, here's some simple steps you can put on makeup and it'll enhance your beauty. And somehow she feels good about that, or she dresses different because she sees something on social media and gets some good tips and she feels a little bit better about herself. Yes, that's the ego telling her that she needs that to be beautiful, but that's okay. It's still a stepping stone towards something positive. So how do I feel about social media? I have to force myself to participate in it other than here. Other than here. It feels so good to do this. And I, at first, really had to force myself. And then when I got feedback and I realized the impact I was having was so positive, once in a while I'll get some jackass who feels like they need to say something nasty. I actually sit here and laugh when I read them. And I'll read it. Sometimes I read it to my friends and we start laughing. I go, why would you take the time to say something nasty to somebody who's trying to promote goodness and light? It's you know, I laugh at inappropriate times, right? It's that laughing at the insanity of the world. I find it funny. So if you guys ever write stuff like that, it's pure entertainment for me because it has no effect on me. Because I know where it's coming from. It has nothing to do with me personally. Somebody's feeling really bad about themselves and they're putting themselves in a position of power. I'm going to tell them, of course, yeah, you know what? We should make a rule on YouTube. If you're going to ship over a negative comment, you have to shoot your own video and post it to millions of people with that comment. That would change the whole playing field. It's great to be a, you know, armchair critic, right? But that's what social media allows. It allows the people in the closet who are feeling really bad about themselves to attack others. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel like, I know more and they're idiots and I'm going to tell them they're idiots and now I'm feeling better about myself because there's really nothing else they're feeling good about. If it was, they'd use that and contribute something positive. So I'm not knocking people in that dense place. It's just a fact. You know this, right? We all know people out there who are so stuck in their negativity. I wrote an article about a friend of mine who's dying, and the article was meant to show that we should never allow, so I'll tell you what the story is. A friend of mine's dying, and he's been married a few times. He finally meets the love of his life, who's been with forever, and he finds out that he has terminal cancer, and he didn't marry her, so because he had already married other people and had not such a good, experience with that. So instead of realizing, but this is the love of my life, and marrying her, she's the one he didn't marry. So at the end, by the way, he did actually marry her, but he's probably got days left. So that marriage is going to be her taking care of this dying person. So my point of the story was, see how we take things in life that happen to us, negative, in our viewpoint, not learning, growth. And then we say, okay, I'm never going to do that again. So maybe an opportunity comes in and you use all this information to make it work, because it really can work and it is something you want and it's positive, but because you had a bad experience in your head and you didn't value that experience, you don't move forward with it when it comes to you in the right way. Right? So my point of this is, I was using that story as something positive, and I got one person out of, tens of thousands who got that message. Everybody else, really got it. That one person, well, why did you tell this story? And it's a long story, and we all have problems, and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, they signed it in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Jesus Christ would have gotten that story and found the positive in it and would have never responded that way. But social media allows somebody to sit in a corner and use some name that they call themselves, not their real name, and fire back at somebody who may be trying to do something positive. So herein lies the challenge of social media. Using it responsibility. How are you affecting other people? Are you contributing something positive? Is it totally ego-driven? Are you showing off? I post a lot of stuff about, I meet a lot of celebrities. I know celebrities. I'm with a lot of very well-known people. Who cares? They're just people, but once in a while, I will post something that I'm at. I have been encouraged to do this, and I actually, to be honest with you, if you're on my Facebook, it's LandryOnkit.net Facebook page, you probably don't see a lot coming over. I just posted me making snow angels with my 5-year-old neighbor. I'd rather post stuff like that than look at the party I'm at and what am I doing. Now, do I need to? People do want to know that stuff. I guess I am supposed to do it. I'm being pushed. My publisher even said, you need to start doing certain things. I actually don't even have my picture on my books. None of them. I have if you've seen my social media, I used and still do most of the time, the picture of the cover of my book. I really don't want to use my own picture, but I've had to. So there are some situations where, yes, people do want to see you on social media, especially if you're trying to promote something and it's positive. People want to relate to you. I get it. Beyond that, nobody forces you to be on that Facebook, to be on that YouTube channel that's showing you bad stuff, no one's making you do it. So my answer is what I said in the beginning. Is somebody tying you to a chair? Don't worry what your neighbor's doing. Worry about what you're doing. Concern yourself with your actions. If you are addicted to it, then you need to handle it like any other addiction. And step away from the computer or whatever else, the iPhone or whatever else you're using to get caught up in it. Shut those accounts down if you feel that it's a time waster. A lot of us just wasting time. Right? We're on there constantly with all that stuff. We aren't. I'm on the computer. I am shooting videos. I'm posting. I'm creating online courses for you guys. I try very hard not to get caught up in anything that wastes my time that's not really bringing value to myself or others. It's easy to do that. I rarely get emails outside. I have a very controlled group of emails, so I see what's coming in. I'm usually helping people in their businesses. You can control it. You can use filters and unsubscribe and not get onto those lists. And I'm happy to have people on my Facebook page. I'm hoping that I can guide them to the tools that they can use in their business or to create freedom with my online training. You've seen these little things pop out. There's free videos that explains what online businesses are and how you can get trained on it if you want to change your life. That's one of the things I help people with. I'm going to promote a lot of things, and we do need social media to do that. So can you use it for positive things? Ask yourself, am I using this for something positive? And even if you comment like on my channel or any other one, is that comment just your ego trying to use social media to say, slam somebody? Or are you bringing up a point? Are you bringing up a point or a thought? You don't have to agree with me. If you look, you'll see a lot of postings of people that disagree with certain things and me responding to that. I'm not here to be right. I'm here to expand your mind. So let's use it for good. Let's personally use it for good. And that means all you have to be focused on is your use of it. And if you're using it in a positive way, and I'm telling you, it's powerful. If you really want to change this world, you can reach people all over the globe. Pretty soon we're going to have, every person will have the ability to access the internet because Elon Musk is going to fire up 800 more satellites to add 3 billion more users. So there will be no place you can't go that you can't get the internet. So you could talk to, people in Africa and Indonesia and Hawaii and wherever. It's wonderful. It can be used for powerful, wonderful things. So the social media isn't the problem. It's how we're using it, and it's really the ego. It's really the ego. So we're going to come way back to, boom, how am I changing me? Because my ego, if it's in control and it's chattering, it doesn't matter if it's social media or how I talk to somebody in the grocery store or how I treat my boss or coworkers. It's all part of the same thing. It's me getting my ego in check and using all those tools for something positive. Social media is not the problem, it's the ego. And start looking at some really positive things. There's some awesome social media uses that are great for charities and all the other uses. I guess those are just leaves. It sounded like an animal was trying to get in. Come on in. I feed the raccoons and possums. Come on in. There's plenty of food. Everybody welcome. All right, so it exhausts me too, by the way. It's overwhelming, and I know I need to use it more for positive. The problem is that when you get away from that ego-driven, lifestyle, you have a tendency not to want to use it, even for good, because it's, like I said, it's sort of putting yourself out there, and that's not always easy to do when you no longer give a hoot. I'm becoming a hermit, and I know next year I'm going to have to start touring and doing live events. I do love interacting with people live. And if I know there's a room full of people that are there for, goodness and that I can help them, that's going to be an awesome tour. So again, get the ego in check and ask yourself why you're using it, how you're using it. Quit watching the other people using it. Shut down the television stuff. That is social media too. Television shows, reality shows, social media, that's all it is. It's people showing you what they're doing. Tweeting and texting, and I won't mention a certain political person who uses social media. Once you release that stuff in the collective consciousness, Can't take it back, right? So, what can you do today in a positive way? Can you look at your Facebook page or whatever you're using and say, how can I make this really positive? You know, sometimes I post like, you know, we found a puppy. You know, let's fund, you know, go fund vet bills for this puppy, you know. These are ways we can use it for positive means. And I think we need to start focusing on that and saying, okay, it's powerful. Everything can be used in a positive way. Everything. Right? You can use chains to, you know, harm somebody or tether them down, or you can use chains on your tires to get through a snowstorm. It's how you use everything, and I want you to start thinking about that. There is no one thing that is good nor bad. It's just how we use our total light and love, how we're using it, how we're projecting it, and what's the thought behind it. Your intentions are so important. So if you catch yourself making some snide comment to anybody out there on social media, I just want you to remember that that power, that word, doesn't hurt them. It's hurting you. That comes back 10 times on you. Yeah, it does. So just remember that. Every time you fire off something negative, it's going into collective consciousness, and it's your message to the universe. You are that. So it is actually affecting you. More so because that's your focus. If I'm not focused on I'm sending good messages out there, that's coming back to me, and I'm focused on the positive. So positive will come back. When you're focused on that negative, you're firing that off. Not good, people. And then you wonder why stuff's not going well in your life. Take a look at what you're doing, your intentions, and what you're contributing. It will come back. It does not hurt the other person. It might, you know, maybe temporarily, you know, hit them if they're in a weak position. But it's really you that gets harmed. So all of you on social media, if you're abusing it, take a good look at yourself and say, why do I need to do that? Why would I want to contribute in such a negative way? Why would I ever want one person to ever feel bad or fearful? Social media is being used for this, you know, conspiracy, fear-based stuff. That is not contributing in any way. Why do we need to know that? First of all, none of it is proven to be true anyways. You cannot be 100% true of any of it. And if it is true, who cares? Why is spending time on it? No. Why is the information, the knowledge, you know, it's not helpful. It's fear-based. It's, they're terrible and they're bad. But guess what? If you're telling it, you're shooting fear into the collective consciousness and spreading it to people who may not even know about this stuff. So what are you doing with it? It makes no sense. None. None. I hope that was helpful. Back to dealing with the insane planet. You know, every once in a while I do want to step off, I have to admit. I may have to start working on out-of-body experiences so I can get a break once in a while and just... Hey, guess what? Did you say your mantra today? You are whole and perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You're a miracle worker. Start focusing on that. And then if you have great experiences, share those stories. Inspire others. Share your light and your love, and light and love will come back to you tenfold. Namaste.